Welcome back. You're watching Morning Live as we bring you this live broadcast from Cape Town. The Volvo Ocean Race is our focus. Now, the very first time that they had this race was in 1973, 1974, and then it was known as the Whitbread Round the World Yacht Race. And there were a total of 3 ladies that completed all 4 legs. This year, for the first time since 2001, they've got an all-women crew in the SCA boats. And you got up close and personal with them. Not only did you get to meet the crew members, but you also got on board. Craig.
And what an experience that was. I was a bit nervous, a bit worried about the stomach and maybe embarrassing myself, but a wonderful one. You know, you mainly do cricket and rugby and packed stadiums, but to be on what they call a Formula One basically yacht and just to see the team, the spirit and the passion, it's an experience I'll remember forever.
All right, well, I'll chat to the skipper a little bit later on and find out how you did and maybe if you would have any place in the sailing world, Craig. Let's take a look at what happened aboard the SCA with Craig Murray.
Not quite sure what I'm getting myself into. Very excited, a wee bit nervous, but let's give it a good shot. I was told by several knowledgeable sailing people that I didn't realize how fortunate I was to be on board one of the Formula Ones of world yachting. Fortunate, yes, but how would my stomach hold out on the choppy seas in gusty winds? But what a team. It's hard work, grinding and all, and it never seems to stop. And they do this for 38,000 miles around the world over 9 legs, 24 hours a day.
Hey Sam, park it here. Big turn up.
The crew operate 4 hours on and 4 hours off. Only frozen, dried food are allowed on board, and the crew experience temperature variations from -5 degrees to 40 degrees Celsius, and they take only one change of clothing. We were at the back of the yacht and were given a security briefing, basically to stay out of the way of the skipper and watch the cables so as not to lose any fingers. I got a bit nervous when other yachts came close or straight for us, but I realized after a short while that I was amongst a very special group of yachtspeople and women. They trust their boat and the skipper and are battle hardened. They will experience hunger, fatigue and sleep deprivation, but are fully committed to the same cause. A course that will take them next to Abu Dhabi and then cities like Auckland, Newport, Lisbon, and eventually by the 27th of June next year to the final stop, Gothenburg. It's been exhilarating, it's been a great honour and a privilege as well to see this team's professionalism, to see their spirit and their passion as well. Team SCA rocks. The Volvo Ocean Race rocks as well. Craig Murray, SABC News, Cape Town.
Rocking the boat you are, Craig Murray. It's stunning, man. What an experience.
It was indeed. And just to be out there, be on the yacht, but just to see the team as well. There's, you know, and you see we're lucky with our being involved in sport. You rugby players and cricket players, soccer players, and there's some wonderful athletes there. It's hard work doing all the grinding, and obviously out in the ocean as well. You can get all types of conditions, so you've got to trust each other with your life. And there's a lot of spirit, a lot of passion there, and that's something I'll remember forever.
Yeah, you know, they always speak in sport about BMT, big match temperaments, and when you're on a yacht for months and months on end, that's exactly what you need. You need the mental preparedness to be able to do something like that. They estimate that they're going to take between 24 and 30 days to get from Cape Town to Abu Dhabi, and we'll chat a little bit more about that later on. But I believe you've got the operations manager to chat to from Team SCA next.
Yeah, we got Anthony Spillebeen, who's coming to join me. Welcome, Anthony. You're the operations director of Team SCA, and what does that actually entail, being the operations director?
Hi, I'm operations manager or director, whichever you prefer to call it. It's a bit of a coordinatory job. It's my responsibility, together with others, is to ensure that holistically across the team, both sportively and commercially, we look to meet the objectives that we are put in place by our sponsors, as well as ourselves in terms of both leveraging of any opportunity that we do have to position ourselves, our team, our sponsors, and put out a positive message about SCA and Team SCA.
So far we've had the first leg, and you just saw that package there. I was fortunate to be on. They just seem to be a great bunch. There's a lot of passion there. There's a lot of spirit. Are you happy the way things have gone so far?
We're extremely happy. I mean, we're extremely happy with the outcome, the way that the team have gelled, the way they've pulled together. You spoke earlier about BMT, and And we really believe that this team over time, both the sportive team as well as the support team, the shore crew, the commercial team, have all gelled very well together. So there's a huge positive spirit attached to this campaign.
Team manager now, obviously booking hotels, food. You obviously have to be quite fit, the fitness and all that. Is that all things that you've got to look at?
It's all part of the total package. I mean, what we try and do is we try and make sure that all of our team members, and I talk holistically, the whole team, are cared for in the best possible way in terms of accommodation, meals being in the right constitution in terms of what they require, as well as opportunities to get relaxation when they come into port. And basically the objective is always to ensure that people have no excuse not to do the best job possible.
Also, what are the aims of the team? I mean, are you out there to win the race? Or, I mean, they did very well. We had a few races over the weekend and they came third, they came first as well. So they seem to be really gelling as a team.
And we're very cautious not to use the W word because ultimately what we want to leave behind is, when this is finished, that leave behind a legacy for women's sailing, to position SCA, but basically to be recognised at the end of this as the best performing women's team ever, as well as to leave behind a foundation where women in sailing can approach corporates to consider future projects.
How do you guys recruit these wonderful athletes? Obviously, there's all sorts of things that I learned. You've got a skipper, obviously, a tactician. You've got the navigator. You've got. How do you go recruiting wonderful yachts people like this?
I mean, clearly we have within our team. The depth of our team has coaching staff and management that have done this race before in different formats, and we look at our experience and then we cast the net pretty wide in terms of potential candidates, and then go through a normal selection process to try and hone that down into the team that you see today after the test that Antonio Zoido does. We really put a lot of science into the process.
Well, your team's certainly done well. We've enjoyed having them in Cape Town as well, and all the best for the rest. They certainly have warmed our hearts here in Cape Town, and we wish the Team SCA the best for the rest of the race.
Thank you very much for that, and follow us on all the social media channels. Every bit of support that the girls can get, we enjoy.
All the best.
Thank you.
That was Anthony Spillebeen, who's the operations manager for Team SCA. Well, yachting and the Volvo Ocean Race, that's what we're doing here at the waterfront in Cape Town. But there's a little bit of other sport happening around the country as well. And we'll cross to Leanne for that.